And how are y'all doing today, my generous Geralds? Today I got for you the martial guide that regressed to level 2. Because you know what? I really just wanted to see some niggas crash out in box. Is that too much to ask? And I didn't even want to wait for niggas to level up. I wanted a final character. I wanted an overpowered nigga. I want some step on shit. I want some stand on business 10 toes down type shit. Because you know who are the hardest, most black Air Force out niggas ever? The Isekai protagonists that had it all, lost it all, and had to start over. Because they don't got time for this shit no more. And I fuck with that mentality. Because I am also an impatient nigga. And if I am not just impatient, I'm procrastination. I'm procrastination incarnate. I'm the god of procrastination. Like, if we were in a Warhammer shit, I would be the god of procrastination. And I would be so powerful because you know why.
Down with it. Yes, get on with it.
But I ain't gonna talk too much. Isekai Pages got us the first 23 chapters. Shout out Isekai Pages. You are the best, most brightest, special pupil ever. You get a special star at Apple and kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you. Let's get it.
Supernatural powers in 2010 through Battle.net. It was thought to be a game between nations. But everything changed when the Space League opened up in 2022. A fight for survival against other creatures in space began. Humanity, represented by Earth, kept failing and eventually, only 10 nations remained on Earth.
Damn! Shit! Oh! Holy! We gotta stop right there! Right there! 10 nations? I know some of y'all niggas fail geography, but look this shit up. Open your phones right quick. Look up what a nation size is. Look up how many nations are in the world. I'll wait. Yeah, nigga! That's crazy!
A giant monster attacked Earth. The monster had terrifying powers, and none could fight it, except the martial saint. He killed the monster with his overwhelming strength.
My nigga Jinwoo?
Jihan.
Stop it, that's Jinwoo.
He was a Korean.
Look. After solo leveling, every Isekai protagonist that ever was, that had martial powers or whatever, that's from the martial realm, you Sun Jinwoo. You Sun Jinwoo. You Sun Jinwoo. If you're not Sun Jinwoo, you're going to be Sun Jinwoo. All of y'all are Sun Jinwoo across the multiverse.
That nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
What? No, you right. I was dick riding.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta calm down with that shit.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
That was an okay shot right there, though.
Oh my god, bro. Is dick riding all you do?
No, I'm
like,
saying
you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
And he obtained a triple S rank skill called the Nameless Divine Art. Since Korea had been destroyed, he joined the American Guild. However, despite his contribution, he was discriminated against and used like a dog. Then the result of the recent battle was announced, and humanity was on the verge of failing, so the final match to decide the fate of humanity was arranged. They would have to fight against orcs. The priestess suggested to the guild...
Like Warhammer orcs? Shit. I mean, by all standards, they do have an emperor, but like, they are not to the level of humanity like Warhammer. Shit, we fucked.
Guild master to let Song Jihan participate. But because of the guild master's ego, he refused and went to the stage without the martial saint. What happened next was predictable. The orcs annihilated the human players. Thus humanity lost the battle for survival. Then
I told you. Damn! Is that a black hole? Shit!
Suddenly a black hole erupted.
Oh! 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 Oh, it's over. It's Jover. It's Jover.
And swallowed the earth.
It's so Jover.
Humanity was annihilated, except for one person, Martial Saint Song. His skill, the Nameless Divine Arts, resisted the system's deletion. At that moment, the celestial beings took notice of this. So, they gave him a second chance. When Song opened his eyes, he was in a familiar room. He was sent back to the past when he first joined the League. This was an opportunity to change the future with the knowledge of his past life. Then he recalled Yoon Sejin the Sword Saint, the man who single-handedly secured third place for Korea in every tournament. But Yoon Sejin for some reason left Korea to become a Japanese citizen. Since then, Korea fell behind, and when the Space League began, Korea faced annihilation. That's how important the Sword King was. Moreover, he was also Song's brother-in-law. He hated him, and wondered if things would have been different if his sister was still alive. It was great that he regressed to the past, but what regressed was only his mind. His powers were gone and the Martial Saint was now level 2.
But you know
Luckily
how to get that
enough,
shit back,
he was
right?
rewarded 100,000 points for his past life's achievements.
And you got a system.
With
Shut
those
up.
points, he gained the ability that can restore broken items. In the room of his brother-in-law laid a broken item. It was an old artifact that had links to the martial god. After
Hacks counter. The fuck you mean links to the martial god? He's a god though, so I don't know if I should let it slide.
restoring it,
Why the fuck does his brother just have that? Yeah, hacks counter.
he used it to gain a new power called Martial Power. It's a unique stat that
That nigga used it to just rewrite his stats. You fucking hacks counter double. Nah. Plus 10 that bitch ass nigga. Plus 10 him.
combines strength, agility, and HP, which makes him stronger than the average player. At that moment, Song gets teleported to the Battle.net tutorial arena. In this arena, one has to survive,
Nigga just
kill
rewrites
monsters,
his
or
stats.
slaughter people.
Is it a
A
one-use
player wearing a
item?
red coat was also teleported.
Just keep
He
doing
was a
that.
rising star from a reputable guild, and when he saw the expensive gear of the other players, he avoided them. But when he saw a player wearing sweatpants and a singlet, he attacked immediately, thinking it was a free kill.
Fair enough.
Unlucky for him, it was the martial god.
You know what? I can't even call this natural selection. If I saw a dumbass nigga walk in here with just shorts on, I know he's nothing to be fucked with, but I would try it too. I'm really just coping because I know I'd be that dumbass nigga to try it and get my ass thrown on the ground.
Song caught his sword with 2 fingers and taunted him. The red coat player was furious. He attacked Song with all
natural
his
selection.
speed. But
This is natural selection. This is natural selection. He caught your shit with 2 fingers, gang. Put your shit down. Trunks. This ain't Frieza. Put your shit down.
Song had decades of experience and dodged his attacks with ease. Then he took his sword and stabbed his neck. While the red coat was dying, he told him that he would win next time.
Trunks. He took your sword from you, used your sword, got in your blind spot, and stabbed your neck. Before you could react. All before you could react. All that before you could react. You're not winning, gang. Hang it up.
In the early days of the Battle.net, even if one dies in the game, they wouldn't die in real life.
He ain't even equipped, my nigga. He took your shit from you.
So they had the leisure to talk even though they were already dead. Killing a monster in the game does not give as much reward as killing another player. So no one touches the monsters. But Song received a bonus quest to slay the monsters. So he decided to go crazy on them. He attacked them head-on and killed them one by one. The orc monsters were nothing in front of his overwhelming martial arts. He slaughtered them all in a flash.
Oh, go crazy,
He
go
was
crazy.
rewarded 500 achievement points for completing the quest. While he was checking the rewards, 2 players attacked him. A female
Look. And then he slayed all the fucking orcs in sweatpants. You all saw it. Don't lie to me and say you didn't. I don't give a fuck what fights you had. He literally cracked the stadium with a fucking step. Y'all felt that tremor. Natural selection.
archer and a middle-aged tank. They were
You know what? That's the second natural selection. Natural selection counter.
from one of the largest guilds. While the man was asking out the women, Song took the opportunity to insta-kill the female archer. The middle-aged
Yep.
man was shocked and he trusted his expensive armor to protect him, but Song didn't care. He attacked the same spot and penetrated his armor. With that kill, Song guaranteed his first place position in the tutorial arena. Everyone was shocked to see these results, because the person who was supposed to be in the first place was a woman named Lim. She was from the Divergent Guild and had an S-rank gift. That is until a man in his sweatpants, with almost no weapons, got 6 kills. After the tutorial ended,
My nigga's
Song leveled up
chilling.
3 times and was already level 6. He
Damn.
invested all his points in martial power and increased it up to 9. there was an additional reward called Class Change. One has 4 options to choose from: Warrior, Archer, Mage, or Support. But thanks to the perks he received when regressing, he could change his class to Warrior anytime he wished, by spending 10,000 points. So this time he chose the Support class. Even though he was incompatible with this class unlocks Divine Power.
Ooh.
It's something he desperately needs to foster a new unique power. The next day the Bronze League started.
My nigga know how to hack the hack system?
This time the mission was to protect the tower from the hordes of zombies. The participants were the female warrior Lim, from the
She kinda bad though, not gonna lie.
Divergent Guild, the Archer comes from the LK group, and the Mage isn't affiliated with anyone, but has impressive gear. Lastly, the support was Song Jihan. Upon
He got Sun Wukong's staff?
seeing Song's cheap clothes and gear, the Mage was enraged and decided to not cooperate.
I'm just guessing. After Black Myth Wukong, every staff I see is Sun Wukong staff.
So Song grabbed him by the collar. When the
What you doing in this situation? Gerald's. Talk to me, what you doing in this situation? A nigga just pop up, you press him, he immediately grabs you by your collar and was like, hey nigga, you better stop, you better watch your fucking tone talking to me. What you doing in this situation? How you responding? Shit.
The Mage demanded he let him go. Song complied and let him go from the cliff.
Gah! He disrespectful, the nigga said, let me go! Threw him off the fucking building.
The arrogant Mage,
You're a murderer!
His teammates thought he was crazy, and
Nigga
even
ain't
the
taking
female
no
warrior thought he
disrespect.
was stupid for choosing the support class despite having incredible strength. At that moment, Song received a quest with a 3,000 point reward. The mission was to kill 1,000 zombies. So he decided to fight alone. He smashed the zombies with his metal rod that was covered in blue flames. It was Divine Power that he got after choosing the support class. Every zombie that climbed the tower got their head smashed with utmost precision. Song had known of a hidden method to increase Divine Power from the knowledge from his past life. Divine Power can be increased by absorbing power from another world's artifact. Although they are almost impossible to find, his late sister was a saintess and was collecting these artifacts. Among them was the steel pole. After cleaning the top of the tower, he jumped from the tower, and by gathering all his power he smashed tens of zombies in the ground. The female warrior Lim was shocked to see that a support of a lower level had such power. She wanted to recruit him to her guild, so she asked for his number. But since she unknowingly...
Oh, my nigga Riz. My nigga was too... Hey, he was too spectacular. He was too spectacular. She had to say, like, I gotta be his Mary Jane.
He left out too much, and it looked like she was asking him out. She was embarrassed. To that Song replied that he was sorry and that he didn't remember his number at that moment. Then he left. Lim thought not remembering his number was an excuse and that he actually rejected her.
Damn.
After exiting the Bronze League, Song went home.
You know what's crazy is, because she kinda bad, and she's probably told she's kinda bad, or she's been bad, that's gonna hit her so much harder. Hey, fellas, write this shit down. Ladies, write this shit down. It be the pretty ones that really don't get approached like that. So when you approach the pretty ones, you have to come correct. But know this, if you come correct, you can almost 100% guaranteed get a pretty, or get like a higher scaled attractive person's information.
There, he met his niece Saya, whom he couldn't protect in his previous life. She was his late sister and the Sword King's daughter. He was happy to see her alive. Then Saya told him that her father contacted him earlier and told him he left Korea and gone to Japan because he had fallen in love with a girl. He threw away his family and country because that's the condition the girl gave him. After that...
Damn. I just want to yap real quick. That coffee tastes real good, bro. I got some French vanilla coffee. And I got like some cinnamon roll fucking creamer. Ooh, that shit fire. The light cinnamon roll creamer. I'm trying to put y'all on. Just trying to put y'all on.
Song told her that from that point on, he would protect her. The next day, Song started a live stream in front of the
Who the fuck this nigga think he is? Why is he rizzed out of his fucking mind? This nigga put on a suit. He put on a suit. And all of a sudden, this nigga is the Rizzler.
twin sword statue that was built by the Sword
Every pose he's hitting is a light-skinned off-guard pose.
King.
And before any of y'all niggas say, but he's not even light-skinned. Light-skinned is a mentality. You should have learned this from the internet by now.
And in front of thousands of viewers, he destroyed the statue. He did that because, in his previous life, some fanatics outraged
And to the other niggas out there, no, that does not mean you can say nigga.
by the Sword King's abandonment, went after Seiya. They needed someone to blame and be angry at, so this time Song decided to be that target. He showed the recording of the call the Sword King had with his daughter. Then the entire world learned the embarrassing truth about why the Sword King left his country. Also in his previous life after the Sword King sided with the Japanese and crushed the Korean players in the upcoming tournament, everyone was angry and the government seized all of Seiya's property and put them in the streets.
Fuck.
Seiya had nowhere to go and the constant harassment made her commit.
Damn, government. I was gonna ask a stupid ass question like, can the government do that? But of course they can if they contracted him and all that, and that was just, hey, you can live in this like building we bought for you.
What does yapping mean on TikTok? Well, actually, it's on every social media platform, but TikTok is a better hook. In the simplest terms, yapping just means to talk in a loud and annoying way, or for a long period of time to an uninterested audience. It's kind of a funny way of saying someone's whining. Yap derives from a small dog's annoying bark. To stay up to date on the latest trends, be sure to leave us a follow.
So to avoid
Oh, she was gonna. Damn. She was gonna in GTA.
blame, it was better to donate the Sword King's building.
And if you ever feel like in GTA, I really need you to like call the number. In fact, I might include it in this video, for real. Like I'm gonna probably include it in the link down below.
So they decided to donate the building to the.
Please talk to somebody if you feel like that, bro. Like for real. It's always better on the other side. I know I'm ranting right now, but that's some real shit that needs to be addressed in society, and I don't think it's addressed enough. And I think if you really need some help, you really need some help, for real. Go to your local therapist. Go to this number down below, bro. Go to what you can go to, bro. Talk to a friend. Talk to somebody that'll just listen to you, that you feel comfortable talking to. It's that easy, bro. Just get it out your mind, out your system. Get all that venom out you, bro. Don't become Bane. Look at Bane from Batman, bro. Look at Bane from Batman, from the Arkham series, bro.
The government, and then Song ended the stream by harshly insulting the Sword King. At the same time, the Sword King was watching the stream. Sleeping beside him was the seductive vixen who convinced him to leave his family and country.
It's always a woman, bro. It's always a woman. Women, I love you, but damn, you be making men do crazy shit.
She manipulated the Sword King to the extent that he
and oh my God, y'all know it too.
Changed his
name. Some of y'all know it. Some of y'all know it. Some of y'all are like, women need more power. And then I'll be looking at this and be like, bro, do y'all not see how much strong y'all are? Y'all built up superheroes.
And took on her name.
Y'all are kryptonite. Y'all want more power?
The government came
Let's
to visit
their
Song.
ass.
It was Manager Park. The government still had hope for the Sword King's return, so instead of a donation, they offered to manage the Sword Palace.
And I say all that to say, can we just not work together, bro? Like, I'm scared.
Until the Sword King returned and asked Song and Seiya to reside there. Song agreed to their terms, and the next day the Bronze League's second match was held. A popular streamer by the name of Golden Light was streaming that day. He is a gold player who demoted himself to bronze, calling it deep sea diving. He is a disgusting troll who thinks of low-leveled bronze players as fish. This time his target was Song. He approached him in hopes of getting content, but the people who were angry at Song sponsored him
called a nigga Justin Bieber.
50,000 to kill Song. Then he confidently takes up his sword to eliminate him. When Golden Light attacked, Song countered it
chill,
with a club
Justin.
and cut him to pieces with a kitchen knife. When the other players...
He is so disrespectful, bro. He really does not need to be this disrespectful, bro. These are grade D items, bro. What the fuck?
saw him killing a gold player with ease, they ran away as far as they could. Then Song...
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! I almost want to take one off the counter, but nah, we're gonna keep it at 2.
Song was given a quest to hunt down the goblins. With his new set of divine artifacts, he cut and smashed all the goblins one by one. Even the goblin champion was no match for him. After that, only the players were left in the arena, and since they weren't coming to him, he attacked them. With his martial power combined with his divine power, the other players were not his match. He killed 10 players, guaranteeing him first place again. At
this KD shit crazy.
That moment, an epic quest showed up in front of Song. It told him to find the Shadow Queen among the elves that were sitting in the audience. If he were to succeed in that quest, he could be sponsored by a celestial being, meaning he would get abilities he normally wouldn't be able to get. However, he had no idea how to find her in such a big crowd. That night, when Song was talking to Seiya, he asked her for help to find the Shadow Queen. Seiya agreed and he went to his room. Then it was time to do the things he was putting off. He earned enough points to change his class once more. With the help...
Does Seiya have an ability that lets her look at the Shadow Queen and find the Shadow Queen? Why would you ask that of her? Does she have a connection to the Shadow Queen? How tapped in are you, nigga? I'm gonna wait for how she does this. Because depending on how she does this, I'm gonna put a hacks counter.
Of his regression perks and 10,000 points, he changed his class to Mage. The reason he chose the Mage class after Supporter was the unique stat.
That shit, his leveled me up in real life.
He could only obtain after having both of those.
Hey, you know what? Every Isekai I watch, I get stronger. One of these days, Devontae the One, I'm calling you out.
Classes.
You can send this to him.
To gain force. It's a telekinetic ability that dominates space, and it's also...
Like I said, one of these days, don't come check me right now, G. Don't come check me right now. I'm just a legit.
The reason why, despite having poor control, the American...
Let me get like a few $100,000 under my belt, and we can talk about it.
Baron was able to achieve first place in the world rankings. In his past life, in a drunken state, Baron revealed to him that the reason why he was able to obtain force was because his triple S rank gift allowed him to have dual classes. He was confident that no one else in the world would be able to obtain this power, but contrary to his expectations, Song got his hands on it. The next day, when Song woke up and went out of his room, he saw that Seiya had pulled an all-nighter trying to find the Shadow Queen.
Gee, why would you ask that of her, bro? How the fuck would she find that? You couldn't find it.
She found a website where the recordings of elves were posted. Among them, the Dark Elf was probably the Shadow Queen.
Racist?
But it was too early to jump to a conclusion.
Retracted statement, apology, acceptance.
So she decided to research more. She said that she would also edit his videos, as she had some experience editing her dad's videos. Hearing that, Song was once again reminded of how pathetic the Sword King was. Then Manager Park visited them once more. He informed them that they found the identity of the woman who bewitched the Sword King. The name of that seductive vixen was Ito Shizuru, and she possessed a triple S rank gift called a Woman of Matchless Beauty. It's an ability that goes beyond mind control and can mold one's thoughts. In the past, several of their...
So basically, she's like prime Ice Spice twerking in your face, like hitting that Ice Spice dance. Essentially.
Talented players went to Japan, and she was probably behind it. Manager Park told him to be careful as they might come for him next. Then a few days later, Song held an auction. The auction items were the Sword King's battle connector and the battle data stored within. It was bait to draw out the Japanese. In the best case scenario, the Sword King himself may show up. When they entered the auction room, the reporters started flashing their cameras and asking questions. Song used his ability to break the camera lenses and stated it was an auction event, not a press conference. When the auction started, a man with a pig-like face interrupted. He was the representative from Japan. He offered 5 billion yen for all the items in the auction and a private meeting with Song. He refused and told the man with a pig-like face that if he had something to say he should say it right there. Then the bodyguard of the pig-like face man showed up. Her name was Shadow, and although she wasn't as strong as the Sword King...
Stop it. Shadow. Shadow was it? Hey, the hedgehog? You got that hedgehog look to your haircut. Hey, but listen. I'm gonna need you to back up. Everybody, and I do mean everybody that has tried this nigga has been planted. I don't want to see that for you. I don't want to see that future for you. So I'm warning you. Pre-plant. Prediction. Predicts. Run it up. Run me my parlay. Before your plant and or disrespect, I'm going to add that to my parlay. Predicts. Stop right now.
She was quite powerful. She threatened Song with her sword in his face. At that moment, Song punched her.
Damn!
He couldn't see or dodge it.
Damn! Run me my parlay, nigga. Where my parlays?
She was so embarrassed.
Where my fucking parlay, nigga?
That she was about to make a scene. Then the man with the...
He bops you in your shit and you trying to make a scene? You didn't even know how to react to that. My nigga said, shut your shit up. Trying to put a sword in my face.
Pig-like face stopped her. He told them that if they rejected the meeting, then they had no choice but to offer 5 billion yen anyway. He then handed over a letter from the Sword King.
Now I'm gonna say this. My thoughts on it: equal rights, equal fights. That's all I gotta say. Look, we live in a day and age where women are really powerful. There are ways to fight off a man. She put a fucking sword in his face. My nigga said stop and bopped her in her nose. Do I think that's adequate? Hell yeah. Fuck her.
Came to Seiya. She read the letter out loud for the audience to
I honestly
hear.
think he should have took the
said
sword
that the 5
and put it back
billion
in her,
was the
back
last
in her
allowance
face.
he was giving Seiya, and
Like,
that he
don't
wanted
move.
to cut off their relationship as father and daughter. Then she tore the letter to pieces and Song used his force and magic to gather and burn the letter. After seeing that, not only everyone in the audience but even the man with a pig-like face desperately wanted to recruit him. When everyone was surrounding Song to recruit him, Seiya suddenly fainted. When Song went to her, she told him she was acting. Taking advantage of this, Song ended the auction and left the venue. Then in the hallway, they met 2 women from the Divergent Guild. He already met the female swordsman Lim, and the other one introduced herself as the 3rd department head, Lee Hae-yeon.
Kinda bad.
But Song knew at a glance who this woman was. In his past life, she was known as Zero. Excluding him, she was the only Korean member of the American Guild. Although her buff abilities were the strongest, she was the worst scoundrel who would always drink and gamble. Lim was suspicious of Song as to how he knew that Lee Hae-yeon gambles, and then he explained that he met her in a gambling chat before. Although she was embarrassed, she confidently walked up to him and tried to recruit him. She looked back at Lim, telling her to see just how she took control of men. To that, Song replied that he still doesn't know his own phone number. They were dumbfounded, and Seiya thought he was playing hard to get, so she pretended to be dizzy again. With that, they parted ways with the Divergent Guild. When they left, Lee Hae-yeon was embarrassed and Lim could barely hold in her laughter. Then in the lift, Seiya told him, "You were the first ever man to reject me, that
Hey, you heard the man. If you watched this far and you haven't been paying attention to all the dun-duns that's been popping up, hey, why don't you give me and Isekai Pages like and a subscribe, bro. Why don't you give both of us a like and subscribe? Ain't that right, Isekai Pages? I'm talking to you, Isekai Pages, bro, because I love you, Isekai Pages. Remember what I said in the beginning? I meant that shit. You were the best and sweetest. Like, I watched this far, bro. We loving this right now. And I'm hoping to watch some more. If you want to watch some more, give us a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments. For real. Love you, Isekai Pages. Love you, Gerald.
kind of tactic was old-fashioned, and she only saved the situation because she caught on. When Song told her that he really didn't know his number, she was dumbfounded. She asked him if he had dementia. After that, Song arrived at the Bronze League's next battle. This time the mission...
I'ma use that shit. She said, bro, when he didn't know his number, nigga, do you have dementia? I mean, facts.
was to protect the crystal on top of the tower from the hordes of zombies. Song
Dementia is actually a very serious disease, and there's nothing to laugh at. But this is my apology for the statement I just made. Twitter.
His weapon of choice this time was a single-edged
Sign my ass.
broadsword. He could swing the heavy sword as easily as a feather. His viewers were curious about his status window. So, Song announced that he would only reveal it if he reached 200,000 subscribers or if he failed to get first place in any of the...
Exactly, bro. Y'all want to see my... I fucking hate it here, bro. Bro, let's talk. I live in an apartment complex, but, like, I live on the outside of the complex, so therefore, I'm facing a wall and neighborhood housing on the other side. So everything you hear in this video, because I'm by a road, or earlier if you heard any of the lawnmower that got in the video, which I hope it didn't, there was a guy, my neighbor next door, it's technically my neighbor, he was mowing his lawn. Bro, it gets so frustrating. I just had to vent that shit. I didn't even know what I was talking about to stop this video for, bro.
games from then on.
Oh yeah, I'm finna if I reach 100,000, I'm just letting y'all know. IRL status screen.
At that moment, 3 more of his party members showed up. Song was shocked as
I want 100,000 gerals before my IRL status screen.
they were all people that he knew. Golden Light was the warrior, the arrogant mage, and the archer was Diego Massey.
Hey, it's me! It's me! It's me!
He has a triple S rank gift, and
Nah, I ain't gonna play. Don't that look like Syriax?
before his regression, that man was a mage. He was worried as to what could have happened
God
to
of
that kind
soccer.
of change.
Hey,
Then at
hey,
that
Dion!
The arrogant mage received a quest from a viewer.
Shout out
The
everybody.
objective was to destroy the crystal and stop Song from getting first place. The reward was 55,000 points. Then Song told the arrogant mage to play properly and jumped off the tower. He combined his divine power and mana to create a fire spell. With that, he easily killed 100 zombies, and his teammates were astounded to see such power. When the zombies surrounded him, Song combined his force and martial power to make a powerful wave of sword slash. He started hunting the zombies at an incredible speed. At that moment, the arrogant mage conjured a fire spell and started insulting Song with a loud voice. He called him a motherless, fatherless son of a bitch.
Damn! God! You gonna let that slide? You gonna let that slide, Sun Jin Woo? You gonna let that slide, Sun Jin Woo? Me personally, I would never, ever, and I would never let that slide. I would be on my fucking, I don't even know what the fuck I would be on. I'd be on my fucking Nimbus. I'd hop in the fucking whip off my Nimbus. I'd drive off the whip. I'd hop into my private jet off my whip, off my jet, and then I'd fucking fly off with my superpowers, nigga, that I got from the crystals that I got from beating your ass around the fucking universe.
First of all, he also insulted his niece, Saya.
I'd blend your fucking ass, nigga. You would get fucking blended. I would get the Karapika shovel. I did to the center of the earth. I'll put you deep inside the fucking center of the earth. I'ma chuck the earth in the goddamn black hole, nigga. And then I'ma take the black hole. And I'ma compress the black hole. And then I'ma fucking shove the black hole back in time up your fucking ass. And I'ma keep doing it over and over and
Hearing that,
I'm sorry, I
Song
got
was
immersed.
so angry that his veins popped out. Song was quite a distance away from them, so the arrogant mage thought he could
blitz his bitch ass.
get away with it. But contrary to his expectations,
Blitz his bitch
Song could
ass.
kill him anytime. Due to mastering both force and martial power, Song was able to imitate the nameless divine art.
Fuck it. Getsuga!
He could feel the electricity emanating from his feet and ran toward the tower like a thunderbolt.
Oh shit, that nigga's in it too. Oh shit, blitz his bitch ass. I thought
At
the
the
nigga was
same
gonna get
time,
to
The
Getento.
arrogant mage wanted to destroy the crystal, but Golden Light and Diego stopped him. It made the
Get that
arrogant
nigga,
mage
Dion.
pissed, but at that point, Song was already behind him. So as a last-ditch effort, he tried to curse him some more. But Song sealed his mouth with force. The sense of pain in this game is usually filtered out through the connector, but Song had knowledge from his past life, so he knew of another method of torture.
Guess what? You thought you were safe, nigga? Take this pain.
Song used his force to rip
Take all Luffy's pain, nigga.
apart his bones and muscles, but at the same time healed him with magic.
That's my dog! That's my dog! My nigga said, you thought you were gonna just die? You thought you were gonna get passed out? Fuck no. Take this healing. Take this healing. Take this healing. Do it all, bro.
The overload of damage is unable to be stopped by the connector, so the player feels 100% of the damage. After torturing him for a while, he cut his head clean off. Every player has 3 lives during defense games, so when the arrogant mage revived, he tortured and killed him again. In his last life, Song asked who was sponsoring him. He replied that the Sword King's family was behind it, and then Song threw him off the tower. After that, the game was over and it was time to leave. But then a gigantic hand sprouted from within the ground. It chewed up all zombies and created giant flesh golems. It was an epic quest to slay the golems and the reward was good. Seeing that, Song decided to take care of it alone.
Blissed.
He took his sword and jumped off from the tower. Among the skills of the nameless divine arts, the most basic skill is the 3 talents martial devotion. Despite the fancy name, it just means to cut vertically. With that skill, he destroyed the flesh golem in a flash.
There's his Getsuga Tencho. That nigga was just holding it back.
Diego and Golden Light were frozen in admiration from seeing his incredible strength. And that was the start of Song and Diego's relationship.
Hey Dion, I didn't know you knew Sun Jin Woo. This nigga Dion is a man of mysteries.
The rest of the
Is that glaze? That's mega glaze, bro. That's super duper glaze.
flesh golems destroyed the
Damn.
other teams, and they came in first place. After that,
I say Dion like I knew him. Siriax. Can I call you Dion? Pretty please? One of these days? Understandable.
Song told Diego to meet him outside, and that he had information about Diego's skill. Diego wouldn't believe those words if anyone else said them, but after seeing the unbelievable sight he saw with his 2 eyes, he was interested in his words. He agreed to the meeting and Golden Light offered to become his editor, but Song refused him with a cold face. Then Song returned to his accommodations. The reward he got this time around was a crystal fragment. It's a one-time use item, but it can increase all abilities by 50% for a limited time.
Do you really need that though?
Then suddenly his sword started shaking. Song had been absorbing divine power from it, so it could not withstand its remaining power.
Okay, use it.
It broke and caused an explosion. Right beside his building was the apartment of the man with a pig-like face. His name was Takeda. He wanted to see Song's status window by preventing him from getting first place. So he pretended to be from the Sword King's family and sent the arrogant mage the quest to destroy the crystal. He was angry that the pathetic mage couldn't even pull off a simple job.
Bro, that chicken look dry as fuck. Look at how it has no juice on it. It got glisten, but look at it. There's no drip off that. The meat dry. The chicken. How the fuck is the meat dry, but at the same time the breading is moist? Isn't it sauced? Is that bitch sauced dry chicken? What the fuck?
Takeda was a recruitment officer from Japan. To rise higher in rank he needed to recruit a talent like Song. But to convince his higher-ups he needed Song's status window that proved one's talent through numbers. Only then will he receive permission from the company to use the power of the seductive vixen on him, just like he did with the Sword King. And that is all for now. Find out more about this series in the next recap video.
You heard him, bro. I hope we get to the next one because I really want to see it. If not, I will watch it on my free time because this is really great. But Martial Guard regresses to level 2. Thank you, Isekai Pages. You get a gold star. You get a cupcake. And you get kisses. With the Geralds. That shit was nasty. Was it nasty? Anyway.